Today I'm going to be showing you how I style my units. As you can see, I'm going to go ahead and get into the video. So starting out, I go through with the serum that I get from Sally's. Honestly, this is hands down one of the best serums I've ever used. I use it in my natural hair as well, so it's really good. I'm going to go with my edge wax stick. I get this from the beauty supply store, but I'll link it below as well. I go ahead and coat the front of the hairline, and then I use my hot comb, and I'm just going to go ahead and press the front of the hairline. And it's usually set to about 450 degrees, so make sure whenever you're straightening the hair, you don't press the back of the hot comb or the lace. You can melt the front of your lace. So here you're gonna see me just parting out the middle of my part. Once I part out the middle, then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go ahead and part it from the back to the front. And I usually use the guide on the front of the mannequin head to kind of show me where I need to put the middle of my part. Don't worry if the part doesn't look that good in the beginning, because you still have to pluck it and flat iron it. So I'm just going to go through and hot comb out my sections just to make sure that when I go to pluck, I can see everything evenly on both sides. Now once you have finished hot combing, what you're going to go ahead and do is just part out where your baby hairs will be. So as you can see here, I'm just going to part out my baby hairs in the front. You want to make sure that they're pretty even on both sides. You don't want uneven baby hairs. So just make sure you're taking your time. Now you're going to go ahead and see me use my hot comb, and I'm just going to go ahead and use my hot comb and flatten out the hairs. Then I'm going to go through with my favorite tweezers. These are by Tweezerman, and you can get these from CVS or Walgreens. They are a little expensive, but they do a really good job. Plucking is pretty repetitive, so what you're going to see me doing here is I'm going to pluck a little, hot comb, pluck a little, hot comb. The edge wax stick is very important in this step because it allows for you to get the hairs pretty slicked down to where when you do go on hot comb, the hair stays in one place and you're able to see everything. Now, this is not a plucking video, so I'm not going to be going into too many details with how I pluck, but I will let you guys watch, and if you guys would like a tutorial on plucking, I can do one. Finished plucking, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys my foundation. Usually I try and pluck evenly on both sides as much as possible. I'm gonna show you guys how much hair I typically pull out whenever I'm plucking a closure. So typically whenever I'm plucking, this is the amount of hair that I usually pull out. This is not a lot. Typically I pull out more, but this is around how much I usually pull out. So I'm going to go in with my hot comb again, and I'm just going to go ahead and part it in the middle, so that way whenever I go to pluck, it's pretty clear and even again. When it comes to plucking your middle part, what I learned is that it's always best to pluck from the back. I used to pluck from the very front of the hairline, but then I noticed that a lot of the times my parts are really crooked. So you want to tilt down your mannequin head, and you want to go ahead and pluck your unit from the back all the way down to the front. You'll see a black dot in the middle depending on your knot colors, and you're just going to follow that dot all the way down and making sure it's as straight as possible. Sometimes my parts do come out the same, as you can see here, and then you're just going to see me go ahead and start straightening the hair. So I always go ahead and pin up my closure first. I always customize that last. So I go ahead with my clips from the beauty supply store, and I'm just going to go ahead and pin up the closure, and then I'm going to start parting out the hair so that way I can straighten it. Now with any of my units, I do go track by track whenever I'm flat iron, curling, it really doesn't matter. I always go section by section, track by track. That method always stays the same. Straightening usually takes me a little bit of time just because you most of the times get flyaways. So if I do get flyaways, I go ahead and go in with my wax stick, but for the most part, I'm just going to go through and start straightening the hair row by row. my regular. I'm talking takes for better. To the back of my closure, what you're gonna see me go through and do is I'm just gonna take all of the hair that I parted in the back to cover my tracks, so that way the tracks aren't showing. So you're just gonna see me cover that up here. On from the back of the closure, I'm going to go ahead and move to the front of the closure. Now this is important. You want to take your time here and just go section by section. So I'm just going to move section by section, and they're going to be pretty small sections here. So once I finish hot combing over this, I'm just going to go ahead and do hot comb section, and repeat that. Able to complete one side, but unfortunately my camera cut off in the middle of recording, so I hope you guys forgive me, and I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to the other section here and finish off the unit. To the last section, and after this is going to be the final results. Thank you guys for watching.